Good morning, everyone. My name is Oksana and I welcome you at my little cross-stitch corner. Today is 28th of March 2026 and today is Saturday. I'm trying to do my videos on Saturdays and upload them on Saturdays, but it depends. If I'm doing a lot of uploads during the day, it can stretch. YouTube is not happy when I do several uploads in a day, so I don't know when this will be available for you guys. Okay, so let's hope this video will be pretty fast. And this is my third YouTube in English. We'll see how this will go and how long I will last. Okay, let's roll with the update. I'm a little bit worried to do all of this in English. Honestly, I don't know why, because as I said, I live in Texas for 14 years and I speak English left and right every single day. I even think in English most of my time. Why I'm so scared, I don't know. You tell me. You know what? Today when I was preparing for the video, I remembered that for the decision wheel, for the spinny wheel, right? Decision wheel, I forgot this word spin. I'm like, I just now remembered it. I'm like, I knew this word. I use this word all the time. And for some kind of reason, last time when I was doing the video, I totally forgot it. It just like went off my brain and I could not, for the God's sake, remember that. Anyway, hopefully today I will remember. Otherwise, I will use the word roll and we will roll with that, okay? Now, last week I spanned two decision wheels. First one was my, as I call, mega wheel, super wheel. This is where I combine all my projects which I have in progress regardless of the season. I'm a seasonal stitcher, so I combine all my projects in one. And I usually spin that wheel on the last week of every single month, full week, meaning like when at least 4 or 5 days within a month still left. This is where I do it. And just because this week, which just pass, was full. Like I had enough days to do it, so that's what I did. I span mega wheel and I span spring wheel because I cannot say it about 5 days. It's too hard for me. I cannot sit on one project for too long. I need some changes. So today I'm going to show you only 2 projects and we're going to spin two decision wheels again. Usually I spin one. And in some occasions I do 2, like at the end of every month, or I need to cough. Or like today, for example, next week we will have majority of week will be April, right? So I need to see what kind of a focus project I want to have for the April. Now I have a lot, not too much, about 10 I think, or 11 spring projects which are work in progress, but none of them has less than 4,000 stitches left. So all of them have like 6 or more. But that being said, I don't know which one to make it as a focus. You know, I'm undecisive. So that's why I will spin I don't know, I pronounce it incorrectly. I will spin a focus wheel and I will spin a spring wheel. So we will see 2 projects. The focus project will be a project which I'm going to take during April every single week, except mega wheel, okay? So let's say at least 3 weeks in a row. That will boost that project like closer to the finish line. We'll bring it closer to the finish line. There is no, like, I'm not going to finish it, but it will drastically, like a lot, I will be able to put a lot of stitches into it. Okay, so let's talk about this. Golden Kite is like a crazy project which is difficult, and I told you that the most difficult part of this project is actually water. Right now, I didn't stitch yet anything above. Of course, it's really hard to say how easy the ship will be, but water was like crazy. It was super duper crazy. There were a lot of single stitches. As I said, I would have like 3x4 block to fill in, and you will have two shades, 200 symbols, and 101 you will have blends, and maybe I don't know, about 50 or 60 just single stitches, and then you have double stitches and triple, and something like I think I had like here block, the biggest amount of half stitches I had like 50. This is like about 25 cross stitches. That was the biggest which I had. All the rest were constantly thread change, which was really annoying, right? But I said that when I was looking in Saga, because I made this converted into Saga, I saw that when it comes to the sky, yeah, there is more than one color in the sky. It's not going to be 2 or 3. There will be multiple, but it will be like blocks. It will be a lot. It will be way much easier. So my spring wheel gave me this project as for this week. And as you may see, I did brought up, like I bring up, like I stitched a lot. I did, yeah, I stitched a lot. I just like, as I said, I'm still like lost in my words. I don't know. Once I start filming, I'm losing all English. Like, this is pathetic. This is sad. But anyway, I still have here some missing stitches. It is a little bit like in this portion, I think. Yes, in here, on this side, in here. I'm missing DMC 822. I don't have that color anymore. Unfortunately, months ago, no, not months ago, at the beginning of this month, at the beginning of March, at 123 stitch, I made an order and it still didn't arrive. I mean, technically, I think my package was lost, even though it's showing that it was delivered, but it's been already like almost 2 weeks and I still don't have that package. I contacted a week ago 123 stitch saying that I didn't receive my package. And usually what happens, like, this is not the first time my package get lost from 123 stitch, but usually I don't start alarming about it immediately. I give it about a week for mail person to bring it. I remember one time my package went into the neighboring address, to the neighbors, not neighbors like next door, but meaning like neighboring neighborhood. We had a neighborhood across the street. I mean, 2 neighborhoods across the street, and it went somewhere there. So for me to find in that neighborhood my package, because my apartment building, it's not even in a neighborhood, it's in the middle of nowhere. There is no neighborhood here. So I'm surrounded by some fields, forests, and across the street some houses start. And so that's why for me to go and search for that package was meaningless. I was so upset, but eventually that package was brought back in. It was delivered to me. And another time it would say that it was delivered like on Sunday, right? But it was not there. And on Monday I went in and I saw package was there. So, you know, I usually give it a couple of days, about a week, for this to eventually come into my mailbox. But it's been 2 weeks, right? Like, I waited a week. There was nothing. Contacted 123 stitch because, as I understood, it's lost probably. And 123 stitch, we did talk. They said that they created an incident for the USPS, but it will take about 5 to 7 business days to have a resolution. So I'm not yet in a 7th business day yet. I think 5 business days already passed. So somewhere next week, I'm going to contact 123 stitch again and see if what can be done, right? They probably will send me another package, which I feel bad for them, but guys, I paid a lot of money for my package. I don't want to lose my money, and I need all those all the stuff which I ordered, all materials. And in that package, I had 2 skeins of 822 DMC, which is supposed to fill in, and for other projects which I, like I prepared to start this year. I mean, I want, this is my wants, but doesn't mean it will happen. but I saw that I need a lot of 822. So I skipped a little bit in here and decided, okay, once I will have that floss, I will go back and will finish, even though I hate it. There is not only 822 needs to be done, there is like maybe 12 half stitches left, and it's about 3 to 4 different colors, but they are all in the same family, let's say, very light. And I was thinking that maybe once that 822 will arrive, at least I will fill in with some of that. Anyway, that's the story of this piece. I hate to go back, but it is what it is. The rest of the part I did fill in. It is not 3 by 4, at least. No, it's not, because my frame is like I have 3 by 3 actually, because I decided to go and finish stitching this horizon line, which the connection between a sea and a sky. I know that I didn't finish yet connecting these two, right? Totally switching to the sky. I still need to finish this horizon line. And in this particular line, I will have a lot of single stitches, like a lot. And it will be like not extremely easy part to stitch, but it will be easier than the bottom one, because as you see, this one is pretty... It was easy to stitch, seriously. I would say this part, the first day when I was stitching this block, I was here in the horizon, man, I hated it. I was filling it in a lot of single stitches. I was hating it, was going slow. Majority of this piece is stitched on a second day. It just went in like this, very, very fast. I don't know what's this. What the heck is this anyway? So I assume that really when it comes to the sky, it will be easier. Now, if I look on a project itself, right? Technically, if I will look in the water piece, right? From corner to corner, from side to side, it was this water with foam, with different shades and constant color changes. But when I look on the, I would say probably 95% of the piece will still have shape, but maybe I would say pretty good, maybe 60% of this project is sky. And I don't believe that will go very slow. I think that the rest of the project will go faster, because this water I've been stitching for probably 3 years, I think. I mean 2 years, and this is the 3rd year which I started, and I finally almost out of this water. This is my spring and summer project. I don't believe it's I put it in a fall decision wheel, but I still have time to finish this horizon line and finally exhale and say like, okay, now it's easy. I even, when I was looking into the ship in my saga, right, I was looking into this, even here was not that crazy as in water. So I assumed that water was the craziest. We will see. Once I will come closer here, I will tell probably a different story, but at least I know that it's not going to be from side to side. It will be just a small piece somewhere in here, and the rest will go faster, not like in the water when it's numbing, it's going, it's never ending, this little piece of a block, you're stitching it for months until you're done with that. This will go faster because, as I said, I stitched almost all of these skies in 1 day. So it's super, super cool. Okay, that's it for my spring decision wheel, and I'm going to pause you guys, and I'll see you in a second. I want to take away this frame and put my second project, which my mega wheel gave to me. Remember, it was again, it was a spring project. As I said last week, that for some kind of reason my mega wheel always gives me seasonal projects. It's like it knows that it is spring, and it knows which projects go into my spring wheel, and it tries just to pull only them up. I would say about 90% of the time that happens. Sometimes he does, the wheel does give me a different, like off-season project, but it's so rare. Anyway, let me pause you and I will come back in a second. Okay, I'm back. This frame is gone, and let me show you, let me remind you what was the project which my mega spinning wheel gave me. So this is Dimensions, Egret in Flight. I think it's relatively new, right? Because someone told me that it's not like someone told me. I heard online that Dimensions company, they switched the studio which charged them these projects. I may be wrong, that's what I heard, those are rumors, and this one is pretty much which belongs to the new studio which they charted, they rebranded a little bit, but I would say that even projects reprints or not reproduction, but they decided to produce like old ones which you can buy in more like a black brownish colors, something that nature, like still old version of it, they reproduce with this new packaging. So you still can find old project with in a new packaging. So I don't know if they if new studio recharted those projects or they just repackaged those because they signed a contract, but those are rumors. Maybe that is all wrong, but this is like you see new packaging, and this is relatively, I heard, pretty much a new project. So my mega wheel gave me this project and said, you should sit it, this is my rule, I should sit with this project at least 4 days. Last time when I was showing my camera, everything was like crooked, and I'm like, what the hell? I don't see it very well because my camera is so high that I need to tiptoe to see how it's looking like. So not always I see if it's very straight or not, because I do look at on the angle all the time. It looks straight, but when I edit it, it looks on the angle actually. Anyway, so this is how it looks like. I sat with this really 4 days, but I was planning to sit with this project 5 days. And today is pretty much 5th day. Now, I just recently woke up and I decided I will film. I didn't stage anything yet today, but what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to probably finish him. I want to put his beak, his legs, and I probably will switch already on the green parts, like on the background. We'll see. I will go in this corner. This is where I like to start from. I would say I staged right now at this point more than 2,000 stitches. If I'm doing 500 stitches a day, I sat 4 days, of course it's 2,000, but I usually stitch more than 500. I'm not saying 600, but I do like 538, for example, or 526, you know, something that nature, just a tad over. So I have maybe 2,100 something stitches, like 2,100 plus, but I'm really happy. As I said, I prefer to start with the bottom right corner, go up, but in this particular project, I so wanted to finish his wing. I was looking at this wing, it looks so pretty, and I'm like, I want this wing to be done, even though it's in a different corner than I would prefer. So I'm extremely happy that it's over, and not because it's, oh my gosh, it's finally over, but because I so wanted it to see the full beautiful wing. That's what brings me happiness, that I see the full completed wing is pretty. Last year when I was doing mega wheels, I would sat with the project 5 days. That was my rule, 5 days. But I found out that it is really hard for me to sit 5 days. On the 5th day, I was like, okay, I'm tired. I really wanted to switch to something new, to just relax. And I understood that I really hate 5 days. Right now, this particular project, I actually don't mind to sit the 5th day with it. I actually really like it, and that's why today, instead of taking Dimensions Holiday Village, which I do 1 day a week, except Mega Wheel Weeks, which is the one which just passed, that was last year like that. So, but this year, when I decided that no, I will go down on Mega Wheel Weeks, 4 days with Mega Wheel project, 2 days with the spring project, and 1 day will be left. So 1 day is today. So instead of doing Holiday Village, I feel like I will do this. As I said, I decided to give myself a little bit more freedom have a little bit more changes and not to be extremely tired. That's why taking away one day away from the mega wheel project frees that day up, and I can spend it on anything I want. And I was planning like to keep doing my holiday village or anything else. Let's say new start. So it's kind of like a free form day. I can put that day to anything I want. And this time, this week, I was like, I feel like I just want to add one more day to this project. I really like it. So today, once I will start filming all of this, I'm going to continue with this egret. I'm going to finish, as I said, his beak, his legs, and we'll go to the grass, and we will see if next week I'm going to show you. I'm planning to put in today another 500 stitches. Usually I prefer to put 1,000 stitch into a project and show you guys, because this way you can see progress better. Exceptions, very tiny projects, for example, mill hills, or sometimes like ornaments, where you will put 500 stitches, you can see a difference, because some, especially if you will take mill hill, 500 stitches, it may be like 8-7% of a project. I'm like eyeballing it, it's not like it's exactly 5 or 10 or whatever percent, but you on those tiny projects 500 you see, right? Because if maximum is 5,000 plus 500 is like almost what, 10% I would say, right? I'm not good in that, just whatever, it's a lot. On big projects like you just saw Golden Kite, if I will put there even 1,000 half stitches, which is 500 cross stitches, you're not going to see that. Usually I do show you where they are, but it's really hard to see it. So that's why I prefer, if I stitch like these projects, like bigger ones, put 1,000 stitches, it's easier to see. Now, the reason why I'm debating about this one is because if I will put 500 stitches today, next week you actually will see the difference if I'll show you not full 1,000 but just 500. Why? Because beak and legs will be in black, so you will immediately see the difference. And if I will go into the green, you will immediately see the difference, right? So I think that I may show, just because those 500 will be very, very visible in here, just visually visible, right? If I would put 500 somewhere in the wing, there is no point to show you, because it's all so blended, you wouldn't be able to see the difference. But I think right now, on this stage of this project, those 500 can be very visible. We'll see. I will decide. I don't know. Okay. So, so we know what else I wanted to tell you. That no, I think I told you. Yeah, I told you. At the end of the video, we are going to do. I'm trying to think, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think how I'm going to do the wheel, so you will see, because I do this video in 2 languages, so I'm trying to think how to operate, so it will be for you interesting to see the spin and on both languages, because anyway, we will, at the end of the video, we'll select 2 projects, as I said at the beginning. So here, 2,000 and a half, about 2,100 went into the wing. It's a lot. Doesn't seem that much, but that's a lot. There were blends, several blends, mostly solids. This is not gold. This is regular one. It's not gold. Almost everything is 2 strands, 1 strand. I don't remember. Maybe, usually they do have like 3 strands, sometimes even 4. I don't remember if it has, maybe it does. I just don't remember, because I did charted Saga electronic chart for that, like, oh gosh, probably 2 years ago, right? So I don't remember those details. I will see as I stage. Okay, so what's next? And next, my plan for the next week. I will still stitch Golden Kite, because this is my March project. I'm not going to twist those days, etc., to not stitch it. I still want to put in some stitches into the Golden Kite, because sooner I will finish that horizon line the better, because the rest of the project will go way much faster and easier. So I really want to be done with that as soon as possible, with the horizon line as soon as possible. And then at the end, right now we are going to spin a wheel and see what will be my focus for April and what will be my spring for a spring project for the upcoming week, not the whole month but week. So that should be interesting, right? Let me pause you and bring, where is my tablet? Okay, let me pause you and bring the tablet and let's go down to it. Okay, I'm going to show you my decision wheel. If you will see my reflection, my apologies, I have a hairstyle which calls cuckoo nest, so hopefully it's not very scary, but you might see it. All right, so this is a spring focus wheel, which will give me a focus project for April only, not for the whole spring, for the April only. It's just because I don't want to, because usually, as I said, focus project, it will last only 3 weeks, and I found out that to take every single project, I mean one project every single week, I'm okay with that for 3 weeks, and then I start getting tired of it. It's like with Golden Kite, I already stitched it 4 weeks. Now it's going to be 5th week today, and I know I'm already tired, but just because there is a little bit easier, not super easy, I'm not going to repeat. Anyway, just because I get tired after 3-4 weeks taking the same project every single week, that's why usually my focus project is 3 weeks only. So this will be for 3 weeks. I don't have any projects less than 4,000 left, so we will see. Okay, so last for the March I had Golden Kite, so now it's out. Hallelujah. I still have a couple of projects which are not my favorite. Let's say I have a project, it will definitely show up at some point, and I'll tell you that it looks pretty, but man, I just dislike it. But I want to finish it just to say I made it, I did it. Anyway, so are you ready to spin it? Okay, let's do it. All right, so you just saw this project, okay? Yeah, you just saw this project. I'm not going to repeat. To be honest, guys, at least this is a focus project for spring. I'm not going to sit 4 days every single week with it. It will be only 2 days, which is fine. I wish I would have some pause between taking it, because sitting more than 5 weeks with the same project a little bit tiring, but at least I know that this project is out, and it's not going to be repeated until the whole wheel is out and I will reset it, which probably is out for the months, which is good. Actually, I don't know, I think it's still, there was a mega wheel, it's out from mega wheel. Now it's out from focus wheel. I think it's still available for the spring wheel, because I changed settings for the wheel only recently. Well, we can see it one more time, we will see. Anyway, as I said, I just reminded you, I just showed you how it looks like. I'm not going to show you the project because you just a second ago saw it. And let me switch to the weekly spring wheel. We will spin that and see what kind of a project am I going to stitch just for this upcoming week, only for 2 days, and that's it. You know what, looking closely, I see that Egret in Flight is already out. So I'm not going to see him, at least for the once. We are not going to see him until I will reset this wheel. And of course, then it will be probably May time, and we will see if my wheel will give it to me. Knowing my wheel, it gives me projects which I started, they're more fresh. which I started last year. So all my wheels contain projects, only those which I started in a prior years. Those which I start this year, I'm not adding them into this wheels until the year ends, right? I have in my list projects which are, I started 2023, 2024. So during 2025, my wheel was mostly giving me projects which I started 2024, and very, very rarely it would give me 2023 projects. And that what was upsetting for me the whole year, because I really wanted to like bring my older project closer to the finish line. Now 2026 started, and what I saw that will start giving me projects which I mostly started in 2025, but those which are 24 and 23 year, right, it's kind of skipping them, just like not giving it to me, and I'm like, it gives frustration even more. So that's why I changed settings for the wheel. In the past it wouldn't take out those which already were shown, were given to me. I would still, if they repeat, I was like, okay, it's a fate, right? Now I'm changing my fate. I'm like, no, not doing that. So at least other projects have chance to be staged also. So I see that Egret is out, Riolis and Golden Kite are out. I'm extremely happy that I will have some pause in a fresher projects, and now projects which are older have more chance. Okay, are you ready to spin it? Are you ready? Okay, that was unexpected new start. So this particular wheel, the difference between spring wheel and focus spring wheel, focus wheel does not have new start. I took it out because I don't need it. Because focus is a project I need to focus on. I don't want to start new and put it as a focus. It's like, I just don't want it. I want to move my older projects, right, to the finish line. That's my goal for the focus wheel. But I did give myself freedom for the spring wheel, regular wheel. Like, there is a new start as a possibility. Now, it's not that, it doesn't mean that I'm not going to start. Let's say if the wheel didn't give me a new start, I will never start anything until this is shown. No, that's not true. But I just decided to spice up a little bit my wheel and give a new start as a position. But I can start more than one during the season. For me, it's like, it's a free form, right? If I will feel like starting, I will start. But this one just to have some fun in my wheel. So I'm glad. Unfortunately, I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to start. This will be a surprise for the next week. I have few projects in mind. I'm leaning towards one of them. I was kind of recently was taking it out, and I'm like, oh, I need to work edges for the fabric because I am really looking forward to start it. So I'm actually glad that I have a new start. I have some variety, to be honest. So I'm going to add to my work in progress collection. Right now I have 39 projects, which is not enough. I need more. So, okay, I think that will be it for today, guys. And I will see you. I'm just thinking, did I tell you everything? I think I did. Yeah, that will be it for today, guys. Yeah, I will see you next week. I will wish you fast stitches, easy stitches, and have a great day. Bye bye.